Once you're out on a social site and you create your profile and maybe you create a few friends or followers or fans or depending on where you are, it's easy to get caught up in, okay, now what do I do? I have my profile, I have a few friends, but I don't know where to go from here. What do I do next? So today I thought I would show you on LinkedIn.com one quick thing that can help you get out there and start communicating, start building relationships, and start proving your expertise. This is something I do whenever I have a little bit of extra time. I just run over here for 5 or 10 minutes, and it's a great thing to do. Like I said, if you're between projects and have maybe 5 or 10 minutes to play around right before you jump into something else. So if you come over to your LinkedIn account and into your LinkedIn, make sure you're logged in. And then what you want to do is you want to come over here to the answers section. Go ahead and click on that answers button right up there. And from there, you're going to see that you have several different options here. Now, with LinkedIn, one of the things is because it is business focused, what you want to do is you want to start proving your expertise in whatever field, in whatever niche that you are associated with. And the quickest way to do that is to start answering questions and answering questions and asking questions at the same time. I would suggest that before you get started on anything, I would suggest that you start reading through some of them and actually answer questions before you start asking, because it'll give you a good feel of how the whole system works, what other people are doing, and how you can work it yourself to your best advantage. Now, a couple quick tips that I have found. I love answering questions, and I do that in a much higher quantity than I do asking questions. What I like to do is I like to find my particular categories that are great for my business and go out there and find what other people are asking for. Not only can that help you build up your expertise because people are seeing who you are, but it can also help you with finding out what other people are thinking about. If you see a lot of questions related to a product that you could easily create, then it might be time for you to start doing that. So when you first click on the answers button up there, again, this is what is going to come up. The answers homepage, basically, I guess is what they call it here. And you're going to have several different options. But the easiest way to navigate around is through your answers home section. And again, if you want to ask a question, we can do it here. We'll come back to that in just a minute. For now, I want to start answering questions. So once you start getting active in here, it's going to start building and remembering where you've been before, what you've done. And it's going to pull up your recommended categories based on, again, where you've been, what questions you've answered in the past, and just places in general that you are most active on. Now, I find this is easy because, again, I can just click through them very easily, and it'll bring me right to where I want. Again, it's very easy. I can do this in 5 or 10 minutes. So for now, we're going to click on the small business up here, and we're going to see exactly what type of questions are being asked out in the community based on small business. So right now we have open questions. Now, questions typically will stay open for a period of 7 days. And what we're looking for is we're looking for questions that we have some knowledge on that we can provide an answer to. And the second thing that I'm looking for is I'm looking for questions that don't have a lot of answers. Now, the reason for that is I'll show you an example right here. Here's one right here that already has 125 answers. Now, the problem with that is if you answer that particular question and you become the 126th answer, you're going to go down to the bottom of the stack. So what are the chances of someone physically clicking on that question and reading all 126 answers to find out more information and to figure out what you have said? To me, the chances are not very good that you're even going to be noticed on a question like that. Versus if you are providing an answer here where there are only 2 answers, again, if I click over to this question, chances are I'm going to not only read the question, but I'm going to read the answers as well. So when I come over here, again, I can see exactly who wrote it. I can click back over to his bio or his profile page if I choose to do so. I can see what his bio is right here, what information he's provided about himself. And then I can go ahead and I can answer or read the question, and I can see if I have any information that pertains to that. Can I answer this question? Do I have any authority in it or not? But at the same time, I can also come down, and again, because there's only 2 answers, I can see exactly who's answered. I can see, what I can click over and I can read their profile. I can see who they are, what they're all about. And then I can go ahead and I can read their answer here as well and see what information they've provided. Now, you want to do that before you provide an answer because, again, you don't want to be duplicating an answer that already exists. So based on this question, And based on these two answers, can I provide any more information to him and provide information about me and my expertise at the same time? Now, as you're looking for questions, again, these are all based on categories. So I can click here and I can visit more open questions if none of those really meet what I'm looking for. And it's going to open up all the questions that are currently open. So again, I can just kind of scroll down through here and see if anything else applies based on what I would like to answer. And again, with my own experience, I know to be careful of how many answers there are and how much true benefit am I going to be able to provide for the question being asked, as well as showing off my own expertise as well. So now I happen to click on the small business category, but keep in mind that there are a ton of different categories, and you're bound to find one that reaches out to your area of expertise and allows you to answer questions yourself. And if we come down here, show you, here's all the different categories right over in here that exist that you can put your question into. So again, you can tell business travel, finance and accounting, management, marketing and sales. Again, everything that is related directly to a professional or a business area, startups and small businesses, even something on using LinkedIn. So you can click over to some of these, and then they will even niche down further from there. We'll go into marketing sales, and I'll show you how it niches down even further. So under the marketing and sales category, you can see again that there's a wide variety of different subcategories within there. I can go into the advertising and promotion, and with the arrow here, you can tell that this is even subdivided even further than that too. So if my area of expertise is in advertising, maybe I can even niche down further to find questions that are asked in that particular area. So that is how you find questions that are already written by other people that you can provide answers to. Again, as you're answering, your information is going to come up there, and again, it's a way that you can prove your expertise, and as people are clicking back to your bio or your profile to learn even more, again, you have more opportunity for building up your friendships or your following base. The other option that you have is you can come back over here to your Answers Home section, and you can also ask a question if you prefer. And again, you can ask it based on any type of question that you want to find out more information on. I found the more broad you can create the questions, the better off that you are in actually getting people to answer them. But it's a great way if you've ever wanted to survey people. Again, this is wide open. It reaches to people around the world. So it's amazing the different kind of question or answers that you can get based on some of the questions you ask. I've also found that it's beneficial for you to ask, again, something a little wider with a little more appeal to a variety of people rather than narrowing it down. And you definitely don't want to do it from a sales perspective of, how many people would like to buy my product. That's not a true question. A true question is more something that you would provide in a survey that you are looking for true results for that can help you in a variety of ways for your business or even for your career search. Keep in mind that once you ask your question, you can put them in different categories for people to find them based on what you're asking for. So if you're creating a question that has to do with blogging, again, maybe you want to put it in the blogging category. You do have the opportunity too of putting it in several different categories. So maybe it's something that relates to small business, all about writing and about blogging at the same time. Not a problem in here. You can put it into the different categories. If you haven't asked or answered questions, I would highly recommend that you do it. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great way of not only building up relationships, but also getting information that can help you grow your business.